So I decided that I'm going to do a little project for my mom. It's not that little, but it's kind of little. So sometimes I write stuff and sometimes the stuff rhymes. And so not too long ago, my grandmother had been going in and out of the hospital, started to go in and out of the hospital very frequently. And we weren't sure how things were going to turn out. And I think my mom was it's her mother. And I think she was starting to feel like she was holding on to her mom and then also attempting to kind of let her go. And so needless to say, my grandmother is still here and she still is going in and out of the hospital. As a matter of fact, she's in there right now. And anywho, so my mom started writing poems. She had never written any before, and she was she was really cute because it seemed like she felt apprehensive about reading me her poems, which I'm like, Mom, I'm nobody, okay? Just because sometimes my words rhyme, please. Don't. So she had written, I think, about 5 poems. And when I went to Michigan not too long ago, she had said she wanted me to write one of her poems in calligraphy, which was quite a nice compliment, considering that my calligraphy leaves a lot to be wanting. It's not very great. Anyway, I did it for her and she really liked it. I felt I could do better. So what I did was I stole her other poems secretly because I wanted to bring them back here to see if I can do more calligraphy for her, for all of her poems actually, which some of them are quite long. Hopefully it'll turn out well because I really only like spending time on things that matter and that are gonna turn out awesome. If I don't think it's gonna turn out awesome, then I'm not a fan. So I'm gonna get into this and then we'll see how things turn out. Yeah. I don't know. I'm probably doing something wrong because I don't know how to do this. I haven't done it in like an extremely long time and I never took like a class or anything. So I think that probably this nub is perfectly fine for whatever purpose it's supposed to have, but it's not what I'm looking for. So I don't know what I'm going to do now. I don't know what I'm going to do. I might just need to, I don't know, because this is just like feather kind of like, I don't know what to do other than stop complaining. Just stop complaining. All right, I might just try this again and just see if I can work on my technique. Maybe that could be helpful. She'll love it anyway. I have one of these mothers that, now let me just say this. If it looks like crap, my mom will tell me it looks like crap. Or if she doesn't like something, she won't pretend she likes it just because I'm her daughter. Like, she'll just be like, I don't care. I don't want to talk about that. Like, excuse me, you're supposed to. And then that's when I'm like, Mom, I'm your daughter. You're supposed to at least like show some kind of whatever. She doesn't care. But then like when she compliments me, I'm like, you just say that because I'm your daughter. She'll say, I love you. And I'm like, you just love me because you're my mother. No, I don't. Anywho, I think it'll turn out really great. So, yay. I need to eat though because I'm hungry. So I realized that my food that I was eating didn't have anything that was high in antioxidants. So I added some stuff. And even though I take vitamins that are high in antioxidants, I like to incorporate it in every meal that I eat. So I know not everybody eats like me, so they might not look at this as appetizing, but my taste buds have acclimated to this type of food, so it's delish to me. Okay, so time to go back to squeaky door to my project for my mom. Okay, so I want to tell you something. So I live in an inner city, and living in an inner city, there's things that happen. So one thing that I will not miss are the sirens, the police sirens, and the helicopters, and the ambulance sirens, and gunshots. Those are the most annoying and disturbing noises that I experience living here. I will miss the ship horns and then the church bells, and let's see, what else will I miss? I will also miss Harris Teeter because I love shopping at Harris Teeter. They're always extremely clean. Well, all the ones that I've gone into, they're clean. And Michael's, because I love Michael's also. And Target, I really like Target. So where I'm going, there's none of those things. I'll need to drive in order to, I hate doing that. I'll need to drive in order to patronize any of those establishments. One day, I came downstairs to, I think, make hot cocoa or tea or, I don't know, breakfast or something. And the way the houses are made here, the street is like right here. You don't have like a front yard. It's row housing. So whomever is on the street talking or whatever's going on the street, it sounds like it's a room in the house. So I was down here one morning and I hear people talking like they're right outside the door, and it's just so annoying because like if somebody's walking by and they're on their phone, okay, because you know it's only a few seconds that it takes for them to walk past your door, but it was like they were right there and they weren't leaving. So I went to the door, the peephole, to see what was going on because I was in my robe and I wasn't dressed to just open the door. And then plus that's a little weird just to open the door and just to see who's out there. And then if somebody's out there, what am I going to do? Pretend that I was doing something else? No. So I just looked out the peephole to see how much I could see. So I look out the peephole. There are 2 police cars right outside the door. And the reason why I could hear them so clearly was because they were right outside the door. And there was another guy, and there was this girl that lives a few houses down who just moved in. She has a son, and she's renting. And I'm like, what is going on now? Because it's very eventful here. So, um, I'm listening at the door to get as much information as I can. So I'm looking through the peephole and I'm listening, and the girl is telling the officers that he is following her, this other guy that's there. And he's denying that he's following her. Whatever she said, he was saying the opposite. Apparently, they used to date, and um, something happened, and he called the police on her, and she went to jail. Like, I think it was overnight or something, or I don't know how long. It didn't sound like it was like a long jail time, just a few days. But she said to the police officers, I've never been in trouble before I started messing around with him, and then I got sent to jail. And when we went to court, the judge told us we couldn't be close to each other. That there had to be a certain distance between us all the time for I don't know how long. And she went and she got the court order, and he's saying, yeah, he was like, I can walk down the street, like this is, I can walk down the street. And which is true, because I mean, people walk up and down the street all the time. The police officers were ready to arrest somebody, and it looked like it was potentially going to be her. And I'm standing at the door like, if they arrest this girl, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to be so mad because he's lying. I didn't even know the guy, but I felt like he was lying. Like, how are you gonna, this is her street. He doesn't live on this street. This is her street. She lives on it with her son. And why are you on it? Like, if you're supposed to not be close to each other, you have a court order, and you're talking about how she won't leave you alone and she keeps calling you. That's what he was telling the officer. Like, look, somebody else that she knows is calling me. He was showing him his phone. Why are you on her street? I was so mad. So I'm mad in my robe, looking through the peephole, listening, and just getting like hot. Like, if you guys arrest her, I don't even know. Like, I was just standing there just steaming. So, and they hadn't even done anything yet. It wasn't like they were touching her and getting ready to put her in the car or something. It wasn't anything like that. But just the way, I think she was afraid that she was going to get arrested again because this guy was lying. And she had already gone to jail because of something that he said. She was looking for something on her phone, and I remember the guy saying, I'm just going to call my lawyer and they'll have them sort it out. And I was just like, what? Just shut up. Or keep talking. Because you keep talking, you're just digging yourself further in the hole because you're a fat liar. So, anyway. She brings out her phone and she's like, he has followed me before and I took a video of it. I was like, yes, thank you, God, that she had the wisdom to videotape this idiot. So she shows the officers the video, and she's like doing it on the sly. I can't see it, but the way she's explaining it as she's showing them, and she's like, I just had it like this. And so she's walking, and she said that he was behind her and she was just holding it up because there is a school, little elementary school right down at the end of our block, and she goes to pick up her son every day from that school and walks him home. And he was following her, like saying something to her, and she was saying to the officer, see, I'm telling him to stop following me, to just leave me alone. I was so happy. If you could just imagine someone behind the door. I could just, like, on the outside, it looks like nobody's home or whoever's home is normal and not looking through the peephole. But I was like so happy for her having that video, because at least it gives her some sort of backup to what she was saying, and it wasn't just her word against his. After that, I felt a little more like comfortable that the situation was going to end in her favor. And so after she showed him the officers the video, and the guy, I could still hear him talking. See, she, like, here's another message or another text message or something. Because I think at this point he got scared, because he realized that what I just said about me, what she just said about me following her, she was able to back that up. I could tell the body language of the police officer. He didn't even want to hear what the guy had to say anymore. He was just like, they had him sit down on one of the stoops, and they handcuffed him and they took him to jail. Yay! I know that's probably bad, horrible to wish something bad on somebody, but he was trying it with her. She would have gone to jail, and she has a son, and he's an ass. So anyway, excuse me. It's great that justice was prevailed and not evil and people lying. So I'm sure when I go, to the country, hopefully it'll stay an option. I don't want it to be like, she calls me, Anne's her name, she's a really nice lady, and she's like, no, you can't live on it. She has 110 acres, so, but she could still, like, change her mind. So I pray to God that that doesn't happen, and she just is like, of course, Tanisha, you can stay here as long as you want. That would be great. And I suspect that the noises will probably be substituted with cows mooing and chickens, whatever noises they make. The occasional car that might go down the road. The wind? Not sure. I might be a little scared when I'm out there, because it's not as much civilization. There are houses. I'm not too far from Anne's house, and there's another house right there. I don't know. We shall see. Hi guys. So we've reached the end of vlog number 2. I hope that you will, if I hadn't said it already, I don't remember if I did, but please give it a thumbs up and remember to subscribe.